Hello everyone, this is Professor J. Kim. This is what we're going to do today. Yes, you're right. The famous Marvel Studio movies intro. This is not that hard to make it. We're going to use Adobe Premiere Pro today. So if you do not have any experience with it, it's okay. Just to follow my step-by-step instruction. And we're going to make it. Please don't forget to subscribe my channel, hit the like button, and set the alarm for my latest video. Then let's get started. Okay, so please first download these files from the link I provided in my description. There is a images folder with the other 30 different images and one background music file and the film noise.mp4. So these three things. Now, go to Premiere Pro, new project. First, I need to decide where to save it. So my location is going to be my Marvel folder with all these three files. Choose it and let me rename it as Marvel _ intro and create it. Okay, now before we import the images, go to Premiere Pro main menu on top left corner, go to settings and timeline. Make sure the third option, still image default duration. Please choose 10 frames, not seconds. What's going to do is, it will, once you drag and drop one still image into your timeline, Adobe Premiere Pro will assign 10 frame second duration per image. Okay, now go to playback. Choose the step forward, back, many, how many? 5 frames. We'll see why we do this. Now, okay. Now go to File, Import. I'm going to import these 30 images. Select the number 1, hold down the Shift key, scroll down, and 30. Import. So we have all 30 images. So all 30 images are still selected. Choose one of them, keep pressing your mouse button and drag and drop to your main timeline. Okay. Now, since we're going to have multiple video tracks, you see that V1, V2, V3, that's the video. A1, A2 is the audio. So I'm going to move this, place your mouse cursor on this little lighter gray border, move down. And then also, since my screen is too small, I'm going to make it shorter. Just like that. Okay. So there are 30 images now. Now select everything, all of them. Move it up to the second video track. Hold down the Option. Keep pressing your mouse button, drag down so we can have a copy and move to the right, just one. Now select the very last image on your V1 track. Move it to the left. Okay. So now let me zoom in a little bit. Select the very first image on the V2 track. Make sure your time indicator is at the very beginning. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to move my time indicator to 5 frames a second. So I can move it this way, or remember that in at the very beginning we set the playback the 5 frames. So I'll hold down the Shift key, hit the right arrow key once. So it goes forward 5 frames a second. Now select your image, open Effect Controls panel. I'm going to change the position. So on 5 frames a second mark, make sure, click on the stopwatch to insert the very first keyframe. See that? Now rewind to the beginning. This time, place your mouse cursor, hover your mouse cursor on the Y position. This is X, this is Y. Keep pressing, drag it to the left until your image is gone. Like that. Okay. So watch this. It's coming down. Okay. And also in effects panel, please look for Gaussian blur. See that? Drag and drop to your very first image only. Now in the effect controls panel, you see that Gaussian blur. Make sure your time indicator is at the very beginning. Blurriness. Insert the keyframe first, and then I'm going to apply 160. Let me move to the 5 frames per second. Hold down the shift key and the right arrow key. I'm gonna set to 0 blurriness. So it's gonna be something like this. Okay, but to make it more effective, you see the blur dimensions, choose the vertical. So it's coming down. So it is okay, but on the speed is just even. So I want to have the kind of little delay before it hits the bottom. So on your effect controls, you see that there are 2 keyframes. Select the second keyframe. Hold down the control or right click. Select the temporal interpolation and choose ease in. Now reveal more options on this position. I'm gonna give some little delay. Oops. Little delay, not too much, just a little bit. Now watch this. You will see the difference. See? It is kind of a subtle change, but it makes difference. Okay, so it looks good. Now let me zoom out. What I need is, I need to apply the same effect on other 29 images. I can repeat the same step 29 times, but it's gonna take forever. So what I'm gonna do is, select the motion in your effects control, hold down the command key, select the Gaussian blur. So 2 presets are selected. Now hold down the control or right click on either motion or Gaussian blur, it doesn't matter. Then save a preset. I'm gonna save as Marvel _ motion. Okay. Now, in the effects panel, let me look for Marvel _ you see that? Marvel motion. That's the one we just saved. Now select all 29 images from number 2 to number 30. Marvel motions, choose that and drag and drop. Now watch. The same effect, the changing the position and then the blurriness things, Gaussian blur thing is all applied to all 30 images. So it's pretty cool. So it's good. Now select the whole thing, V1 and V2. Then hold down the control or right click and click somewhere, anywhere, choose the nest. I'm gonna name as images. So now it is just a one big timeline, which is good. But the problem is all 30 images are kind of falling down at the same speed, that is not what we're looking for. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna change it to some speed. So let me move this time indicator to the right. First image 1 and 2. So I'm gonna make this 2 animate it a little bit slower, just to make sure. I'm gonna move the frame by frame. Okay, here. So choose the eraser tool, cut, switch your tool to the selection tool, hold down the control or right click, choose the speed duration. I'm gonna make it a little bit slower, like a 60%. And I'm gonna check this box, ripple edit. Okay, so watch. A little slower and faster. Okay, so after the first two images, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So 4 more images. Let me make sure. Yes. I'm gonna cut. So I'm gonna keep the original speed. I'm not gonna change. And then let me place my indicator on the 6-second mark somewhere here. Cut. Then choose your selection tool. Select that section. Hold down the Control or right click. Speed duration. I'm gonna make it faster, 200%. Twice faster. Make sure you check the ripple edit box. And the third one, last one, right click or the control click. Speed duration, this time 300%. So let's see. 1, 2, faster and faster and faster. Okay, looks good. Now I'm gonna make the other copies of this very last section. Hold down the Option and drag to the right. I'm planning to use about the kind of 12 seconds. So let me select all these 3. Yep, it's a 12-second, like almost a 13-second. So it's good. Let me play it. Getting faster and faster and faster. It really doesn't matter. Some images are kind of, it's hard to recognize it, but it doesn't matter. Okay, looks good. Let me rewind it, zoom out. I'm going to select this whole thing again. Then hold down the Control or right click. Choose the nest. And let me name it as images_end. Okay, that's good. Now, in your project panel, right next to the trash can, you see that, the new item button. If you do not see this, move this border. You will see it. It's there. So click on this new item button, choose the color matte, just to say OK. Then select the color, choose the red. OK. I'm going to name as red. Let me move this images end to the V2 second video track. And I'm going to drag and drop this red, the new item, to the very first V1 track. And let me extend it. Okay. Now I'm going to type something. Let me choose the type tool. Let me click here somewhere. Let me type extreme. My typographic choice is going to be heavy and bold impact. And the type size, I'm going to make it 200 point. That's big. Oh, not 299, 200. Okay, and now choose your rectangle tool. Draw a box a little bit bigger than your text. Once you draw it, you will see that your Effect Controls panel, there's a shape. Reveal the shape option. We're not going to have a fill. Uncheck. And the stroke color, just a white. I'm going to have 20 point stroke weight. Yep, looks good. Now choose your selection tool. Select the white box and the text together. And then in your Align and Transform panel, center and center. And I'm going to extend it till the end. Looks good. Now make sure your time indicator is at the very beginning. And then you see the scale. insert the first scale keyframe by clicking this stopwatch. I'm going to make it 500 bigger. And then let me move my time indicator almost end, like 11 second mark. And change the scale down to 100. So this will happen. Okay. Okay. But the speed is kind of a little boring. So I'm going to select my second keyframe again. Hold down the control click or the right click is in, like we did. And then reveal the scale options. I'm going to delay a little bit, not too much. Okay. So it looks good. Now, select the images and the V2 track. Then in your effects controls effects panel, this time please type track matte key. See that? Track matte key. Select this, drag and drop to your images and V2 track here. Now once you drag and drop it, take a look at your effect controls panel. You see that track matte key is added, and then we are targeting video number 3, which is the text, and watch. See? It is not bad. It is good. Okay, but the problem is we do not want to see this red box at the very beginning. We want to start with it just images only. So what I'm going to do is select the images and the V2, hold down the option and make a copy to the very top. Okay, and select that segment on V4. Okay, then select the track matte key and delete it. So it's gone. Okay, then now we're going to control the opacity value of this top layer, V4. So on V4, you see this kind of an empty gray area, just double click so we can have more view. Okay, and then you see that kind of a white line. If you do not see this, click on this FX, right click or the control click, opacity, make sure your opacity is checked. Then I want to start with just the images only. So my first and second images, and I want to start showing the extreme text with the red box, maybe from somewhere here. Maybe somewhere from here. Then choose your pen tool at the first anchor point here. And then I want to have the red color box with the extreme text, like a masking effect things, somewhere around the 11-second mark. Second. Okay, now choose your selection tool. I'm gonna move the second point down. So watch. See? And extremes coming in. So we're getting closer. If you want to control the beginning point of this, the extreme text and the red box things, you can move this point side by side. So if you move to the right, it will start showing later. See? If you want to show even earlier, move to the left. Just like that. So we are almost there. But the problem is, at the end, I want to end in white text and white box. Somewhere here. So, let me double click. I'm going to make it a little shorter. Let me make a copy of this extreme text layer. V3, hold down the option and make a copy to the very top. Okay, then I want to only show, let me double click this too so I can view better. I want to show this white box and white text starting from somewhere here. It is, yeah, 11, somewhere here. We can change it later. So now choose the pen tool, anchor point, and the second one. Then choose your selection tool. Select your first anchor point and move down like that. See? So let me play it. So now extremes coming in as the slideshow is getting faster. And now the images are animating in the text and turns to white. It's good. So we're almost there. Okay, now let's add some sound. So go to File, Import, choose that Modern Ambient logo, and then place this sound MP3 file to the Audio 1 channel on the bottom. And use your razor tool. I'm going to cut with the selection tool. Let me delete it. And let's watch. Okay, looks good, but I want to make this sound kind of fading out. See? So select your sound, video, audio track. Take a look at your effect controls panel. You see the level. So I'm placing my time indicator, so not at the end, somewhere here. And let me click on the stopwatch on level for the first keyframe, and let me move it to there. And I'm going to the minimum level. So let me rewind and play again. Okay, it's not bad. So it is okay. I can stop here, but I just want to add in one more thing, kind of noise, film noise effect on top of that. So that's your choice. If you do not want, if you just like it as it is, you're fine. You're good to go. But let's just try that. Go to File, Import, import the film noise.mp4, import it. See that? Drag and drop to that V5, the V6 this time. Very top. See? Now choose your razor tool, cut, selection tool, and delete. I'm going to place my playhead somewhere here. Select the film noise video. And once you choose that in your effect controls panel, you see the blend mode. I'm going to choose screen. Okay. And then I want to get rid of that. I want to end without film noise. Maybe somewhere from here. Okay. So now let me double click this. Your pen tool. There. Let me zoom in a little bit. And here. Now I'm going to choose my, what is this? Selection tool. Let me move my second anchor point to the bottom. So noise is gone. If you want to give some kind of little bit different time, you can move this side by side. So you can stop wherever you want. So let me play again. Rewind and play. Okay, that's it. So now I'm going to export it as the MP4 file. So let me make sure I save it and go to export. My location is here, and make sure Marvel _ intro.mp4. Save it and export it. Okay, so it's done. So let me check my folder. See? That's it. Yep, so I hope that you enjoyed this video tutorial and that you can use it for your future project. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.